Part 5, the covenant of circumcision. Genesis 17:9-14. And God said unto Abraham, Thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore, thou and thy seed after thee, in their generations. This is my covenant which you shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. Every man-child among you shall be circumcised, and you shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant betwixt me and you. And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you, every man-child in your generations. He that is born in thy house, and he that is bought with thy money, must needs be circumcised, and my covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant. And the uncircumcised man-child, whose flesh of his foreskin is not circumcised, that soul shall be cut off from his people. He has broken my covenant. When Isaac is born, Abraham circumcises him as commanded. Genesis 21:4. And Abraham circumcised his son Isaac, being 8 days old, as God had commanded him. The covenant of circumcision is still practiced by most Jewish people worldwide today. Male children are circumcised on the 8th day after their birth. I will quote here from the website reformjudaism.org on circumcision and the naming of a baby boy. Quote, Brit Milah, literally covenant of circumcision, also called a bris, refers to a religious ritual through which male babies are formally welcomed to the Jewish people. According to Jewish tradition, it is a parent's obligation to circumcise a son and offer a threefold blessing for the child: a life enriched by Torah, the wedding canopy, chuppah, and good deeds. Today, a mol or mohelet is routinely designated by parents to fulfill this custom. What is a circumcision? Circumcision is a surgical operation in which the foreskin is removed from the penis. While today many male babies are routinely circumcised, Judaism sets a medical procedure in the context of a significant religious ceremony. When does a Jewish baby naming take place? If a baby boy is being circumcised, Brit Milah, typically done on the 8th day after birth, the boy is given his Hebrew name at the same time. End of quotes. I posit that Moses and Zipporah's 2 sons were circumcised on the 8th day of their life. Why? As you may have noticed, I have interspersed everyone's Hebrew names and their meanings throughout this narrative, including Gershom and Eliezer, Moses and Zipporah's sons. Gershom and Eliezer both have Hebrew names which would have been given to them on the 8th day of their life. Furthermore, their grandfather is a priest as well as a descendant of Abraham through Abraham's son Midian. I believe he would have insisted on it. Also, they were born in his house, Jethro's house, and the command states that he who is born in thy house must needs be circumcised. Here are 2 more biblical examples of giving the name of the baby on the day of circumcision. Jesus was circumcised on the 8th day and given the name Jesus as per the angel's instruction. Luke 2:21, and when 8 days were accomplished for the circumcising of the child, his name was called Jesus, which was so named of the angel before he was conceived in the womb. John the Baptist was circumcised on the 8th day and named on that day, as is written in Luke 1:59-60. And it came to pass that on the 8th day they came to circumcise the child, and they called him Zacharias, after the name of his father. And his mother answered and said, Not so, he shall be called John. I said everyone mentioned in Exodus chapters 1-4 has a Hebrew name. Well, not quite. Moses has an Egyptian name up to this point. His Egyptian name means drawn out, as in drawn out of the water. I posit that Moses did not get circumcised as he should have been on the 8th day after his birth. As I stated before, his mother hid him for 3 months. I posit that he was adopted by his Midianite wife Zipporah at the inn as her son, then circumcised by her.